Well, it's that time, folks. It's that time. And you know what we're going to do today? We're going to check in on the 19th time mukbang dumpster diver herself, the one and only Foodie Juan Kenobi.
We're all laughing at you. Your husband doesn't love you.
Because she been live streaming and not live streaming and just making some content that I can't even stop watching, folks. I actually gonna quit Netflix and I'm gonna put her on full blast all day 24/7 playlist, and I'm gonna watch it in series for years and years. Is that gonna happen? Nope. You know why? Because I'm gonna give you a little bit sample. I want you to get a taste and be blessed with the content that she's giving us. And here's the #1 video right here. You gotta watch this one carefully. This is what we actually dealing with. This is what I have to watch all the time. Look at this. Boom. Yes, folks, right there. She just blowing into that thing when you got your birthday. She just blowing in there a bunch of times. This is the content that she is putting out, folks. And I can't even think about it. Somebody is paying to watch this stuff. It's there for free, but somebody's donating and they watching blowing inside of that thing. I don't even know what it's called. It just goes out and in a bunch of times. It sounds like Darth Vader over there, that mask. And that's what she been doing. That's one of the things she did. And you probably don't know why she's even doing it. It was for BG's birthday. So she actually had a birthday for BG. She bought all this stuff. She bought like hundreds of dollars or at least $1 worth of, how can I say, gifts for BG. And then she ended that stream. I think it was like 10 or 13 minutes. And she's like, I'm enough with this. I'm not making no money. Boom. And she just canceled the whole party and let BG just leave or whatever it is like that. But are we going to end it there? No, because it went on. I'm going to show you a little bit that went on during the party, because she even bought some food for BG. She went out there and spoiled BG, bought them, how can I say, King California crab legs or king crab legs from Alaska or something like that. She bought some legs and she was over there making it. And I want you to watch right here what she was doing. So you listen carefully and you watch what she was doing. Look right here. Boom.
Gotta pound the crabs. Oh shoot, sorry, I forgot I was live. I always do that.
You see right there, she was just smashing that with a hammer. Bam, 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 bam. Like I don't even know. She like construction or something like that. She just bashing it over there, not cracking in it. And then she actually gave the crab to BG. So I was thinking back. I don't even remember. It's a while ago. I think she did a whole thing with her moms, right? Her moms had a birthday, or her aunt or somebody like that had a birthday. And she bought, I think, her mom like a bologna sandwich for her birthday. But she buying BG the California crab legs or whatever it is like that. You can see her priority. The family is on the side right there. You can get your bologna sandwich over there. Happy birthday. No candles or nothing. Just maybe put a candle inside the bologna sandwich and just save the whole time. I don't even remember. It was a birthday. Maybe it was Mother's Day. There's so much nonsense that I've been watching. I forget a lot of it because there's just nothing there. 99% of the time, I'm just watching Foodie up there laying sideways on the couch, and I just turn the monitor off and the sound, and I just give up on the whole thing. But that's what she been doing. She prioritized BG, which is a good thing. But I don't know if you just buy your mama a bologna sandwich or the birthday candle on the side there. But that's her choices. She want to treat her mom so nicely and so graciously. Then that's what she's going to do. So now that we done with that nonsense, we're going to move on to the next thing. This has to do with the most famous person in Foodie Juan Kenobi's life. And that's going to be the side character, the one and only Captain Keyboard himself. Enough is enough, please. I can't do this no more. But it doesn't matter. So we're going to talk about Captain Keyboard. He went in the chat over there, and it was the greatest thing I have ever seen. I want you to sit back and relax, because was Captain Keyboard playing Crazy Frogs again? Nope, he can't do that in the chat because we can't see anything. Was he saying I love the Beeses and trying to find somebody else in the chat to, how can I hook up with? Probably not. I wasn't paying attention to that. But he came over there because he's, I can say, what is it? A very strong businessman. So he was trying to, how can I say, benefit the Beeses and get them all rich, make millions upon millions of dollars, folks. And he was going to give them the opportunity. That's how I saw it. That's my opinion. I think he was trying to give them an opportunity. Do you think I think he was this was going to ever happen? Absolutely not. 100%, 0%. Nope, never going to happen. But he was, giving them, how can I say, that chance to make that investment to come, how can I say, to become the first trillionaire in the world. And like Chantel said over there, he be paying all the bills. He be giving her millions upon millions of dollars so she can live a luxury over there. So I want you to read this whole thing right here. I want you to read it slowly. Nope, no, forget it. I'll just read it for you. Look at right here. Boom. Anybody want to have a good business investment here in Syria? And I can help you guys to get it fully perfect papers and rent them. Will be good deals here. So some sunglasses. What that doesn't look professional right there. Some sunglasses with a smiley face. Definitely not even a period. We didn't even end with a period, but it doesn't matter. I'm not a grammar person. Now, my question, what is fully perfect papers and rent them? What are we renting? And what is the papers for? What business opportunity is there? What are we investing in? I would love to. Does anybody know what this mean? Any of these words mean? Please give me an idea. If you're going to be a business person, and I surely is not a business person, I make videos over here sometimes, and maybe I'm not understanding, but if you're going to put out a business opportunity, to all the people in the chat, we have to have some sort of where we going. What kind? Is this a TV show? Is this a house rental? Is this a restaurant? Is this a farm? What are we investing in, and what paper is you giving us? Because if you're going to put this out there, we need some details, but do what you got to do. But you know what it is? Maybe if I invest like at least 10 cents and in 20 minutes I can make $1 million, boom, I'll do it. But am I going to invest 10 cents? Absolutely not. You know why? Because there's no business strategy. There's no big words for me to be involved in. And I don't see no paperwork that would even interest me. Is this gaming? What are we doing here? It doesn't make no sense. But this is where we at. Foodie Wan Kenobi laying sideways, and now we have him writing this nonsense that nobody know what's going on, trying to give us some business opportunity. Now, my question is in the comment section here. Would you invest in this with just this message right here? Would you invest $20, $50, $100 to go full blast into this opportunity? Would you do it? Put it in the comment section. I will go 100%, 0% into this or not. Just write it in the comment section, and then we're going to see how many people would actually, I don't even know, waste their time even reading this, but that's where we at. So now that we're done with all that nonsense, we're gonna move on to some more of Chantel's live streams. Foodie Wan Kenobi's live streams, where she's rolling and patrolling, and she just, how can I, scooter in around the town, folks, and she just out there. At least she's doing that. She's at least out now driving around doing something for the chat. So I was watching the video and I saw her. She's driving. She's on some of these most remote areas. Like there's just like bushes and trees everywhere. Like I wouldn't even go in the bushes. I would think I'll probably get some like ticks on me and bite me and I'll get an infection or something. Or who knows, like a mouse could run out in front of me and bite my leg as I go by. I would not be going down these remote areas. But Chantel finds a way to put herself in some dangerous conditions, because even as myself, I do not find the places she be driving around safe for me to even be walking, because there's nobody around. I mean, there is nobody. And in the distance, maybe there's a highway or something, a highway over there. And I want you to look at this picture right here. Look at this. Boom. You see right here is just like a path, right? And you just got grass on the left and you got grass on the right and bushes. Nobody can see. If somebody jump out and try to come after you, or an animal, a dragonfly, they come over there to try to sting you. You have no way to escape this way or that way, right? And she's driving on a scooter, so she can't like make a U-turn fast enough to escape. And then you can see there's like a highway right there. And you shouldn't be traveling on the highways by yourself where you can't get no help. How about if you had a medical emergency over there, you fell down, you got a dangling ankle, you can't get back on your scooter and get some safety or help. You over here can't scream for help, 911, if your phone dies or something like that, or you got no signal. But she playing like some dangerous games, because you never know what happens in the world. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know in the future or the past or anything like that. Unless you read a history book, then you knew what happened, right? So then she continues up this path. So we had a highway on the last time, but then she gets to an even remote place worse than this. And here we go. Look at this. Boom. Now she driving on this area. She under, how can I say, a bridge, right? There's an overpass, and she got a train on the side, on the subway or the train over there, and there's some tracks and some stones over there on the ground, right? And there's nobody around here. You can see this is probably not, like I said, a safe place for her to be, but she's over there doing what she got to do, trying to get them views, trying to make that money. But if I want to tell her one thing, you should play a little bit more safe. Go to other places that's like got stores around, got people around. It's something that you could, in an emergency, you can get some help. But is Foodie Wan Kenobi gonna listen to anything I said? The other reactors, how can I say, Chat GPT, and every single other person in the world? Nope. You know why? Because she know better than us all, and someday we will be on her, how can I say, her level to understand where it's at, right? But, we got it all wrong. We have no clue. If we just follow what it, if we just follow what Chantel does, our life would be just as great as hers. And someday maybe I could accomplish that and I could reach that levels. You know why? Because I gotta put myself somewhere even better than I'm at. You know why? Because who doesn't want to be better, right? And look right here, she gonna give us the advice that we need, right? Listen to this right here. Boom.
Sometimes when I get nervous, I put my hands under my arms and sniff them like that.
You see right there? Yes, folks, right there. That is some of the, how can I say, the best advice I have I have ever seen on the internet. If I could just think about sniff whatever she's doing right there, this is the content that we are paying for, watching for free, and spending hours and hours of consuming this content, even worse than Netflix binging, folks. That's what we doing. You know why? Because we want to. You know why Foodie Wan Kenobi does this? Because she doesn't have no other choice. She just want to lay sideways. She want to put no effort in there. She want to sniff her armpits and put it in her nose and put it online, folks, and then complain that her content is stale, nobody's watching, nobody's subscribing, and everybody is fleeing the channel. And all she gonna say after that is all haters. She doesn't need them. She has her beeses to support, and she is now down to like 100 people watching when he used to have thousands of people, and she doesn't seem to even care. Imagine you had a channel where you had 10,000, 100,000 people watching. It got down to 1,000, and now it's 100, and you don't change your strategy. The only body you could blame is yourself, and that's one thing we learned in this community. Foodie Wan Kenobi, Amber and Ree are the only people we see that take zero accountability for their failure. They got thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and the people are quitting. They're begging them, please put out content, do something. We want to watch. If you had an audience and they're begging for you to give them what they want and you just keep saying no, I don't know what to tell you. That's what they're doing right here, and they don't care. Well, that's the end of the video, folks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Later.